Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello dear students and welcome to CET JEE classes of limits, and in today's class we are going to learn limits of trigonometric functions. Let's look at the first question. Before going into the first question, before we go into this question, please recall a few formulas. The first one, limit x tends to 0, sin x by x is 1, and similarly limit of tan x by x as x tends to 0 is also 1, and if you have 1 minus cos x divided by x, limit x tends to 0, that will be 0. Alright, so those are the three formulas that you got to remember. Alright, now let us look at this question. First of all, you have tan m x. Okay, so as I said, we are going to apply this formula. Okay, so this is 1. Now look at this. If you have x, you must have x in the denominator, and as x tends to 0, the limit of tan x by x will be 1. So if you have mx here, you must have mx in the denominator. That's the logic. So what do I do is I divide by mx and multiply by mx. Similarly, here also you need nx in the denominator. Alright, so if you divide by nx, you must multiply by nx. That's the rule, correct? Now this part, when you apply the limit, will become 1. Okay, limit tan mx by mx will be 1 as x tends to 0. When x tends to 0, mx also will tend to 0, so there is no problem. And similarly here, tan nx by nx, that part also will be 1. So if you put x 0 here, then you will get 0 by 0, correct? So you got to cancel this x first. Now cancel out this x, and then what remains here is limit x tends to 0. I will take the limit separately. Okay. So first of all, you have got these constants m and n, so to which limit does not apply. So these are the constants. Let me take that out. So I will take m out and n out, and then limit x tends to 0, tan mx by mx will remain, divided by, I am applying the limit separately to the denominator as well. So here limit x tends to 0, this will be tan nx by nx. So these two are equal to 1, and what remains is m by n, and that's the answer of the first question. I hope you understood this. It is just manipulation of the given expression so as to suit the formula tan x by x. Okay, so that is about the first one. That was so easy. Now the second is also similar. You have sine 3 theta, therefore you must have 3 theta in the denominator. Here also you must have 4 theta in the denominator. Here you must have 5 theta in the denominator. So multiply and divide the respective terms. So let us begin with the second problem now. Look at the second problem. As I said, let me write this common, and then I will take the limit separately. Now what you must do is multiply 3 theta and divide 3 theta. Similarly, multiply 4 theta and divide 4 theta, and theta is already there. Alright, let us not disturb that. And sin phi theta you have Therefore, multiply by phi theta and then divide 5 theta. Alright. So, these two groups will be equal to 1 when you apply the limit. Okay. So, here you have got theta into theta, that is theta square, and this theta into theta, that will be theta square. So, that must be cancelled before you apply the limit, otherwise what will happen? See, as theta becomes 0, this part will be 0, okay, and this part also will be 0. So, you will get 0 by 0. So, you should not have this theta term. Well, now let me take the limit separately. So, what are the constants that are remaining? 3 and then 4 and then 5. So, those things let us keep it out because limit does not apply to the constants. Okay. So, limit applies only where there is theta. So, limit as theta tends to 0 sine 3 theta by 3 theta into, apply the limit here as well. See, what is the limit of f of x into g of x? Limit of f of x into limit of g of x. That means limit can be taken separately if you have product, and similarly if you have quotient also you can take the limit separately. So, that is the rule we are applying here. Please note that. Divided by limit theta tends to 0 sine 5 theta divided by 5 theta. So, all these three things are equal to 1, and hence what finally remains is 3 into 4 and divided by 5. So, 12 by 5 is the answer of the second question. So, that was a very simple question. Once again, the manipulation of the given expression. Well, let us move to the third one, which looks familiar, correct? So, and that is comparable to this formula, limit 1 minus cos x divided by x, which is equal to 0. Now, this is not cos x, this is cos px, and in the denominator you have x square. So, slightly different. Alright. So, what we will do here? We will use we will use cos 2x formula. Alright. So, what is cos 2x? Cos 2x is 1 minus 2 sin square x, right. Okay. See, if you put x in place of x, if you put 0, then what will happen? Let us check that first. So, if you put 0, cos 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and denominator will be 0. So, you will get 0 by 0. So, directly you will not get any of these answers. So, look at the formula here, cos 2x. Now, what is cos px? In place of 2, you have p, correct? Okay. So, instead of that, you can understand what is cos x. P is a constant. Well, we will use that later. Now, what is cos x? 1 minus 2, right. So, that is sin square x.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.